Okay, hi everybody, welcome back. I have this mic, which I don't know how I feel about it, but I like having a prop. Like, this is very fun to me. But when you're at this angle, I'm covering a good chunk of my face, so we're just gonna keep it down here. But I really wanted to, once again, do something different because I'm always doing something different on this channel. So thank you for everybody who subscribed that wants to stick along for the ride, because I don't know exactly what my niche is. I don't know if I'll ever find a niche. And today is gonna be testing that limit again, testing your patience again. Today we're actually gonna be reviewing the looks from RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 9. Now, before you click away, let me make my case. Drag is just art, and it's, yeah, people dressing up, crazy, cuckoo, gorgeous, stunning artistry. So if you've never watched Drag Race, if you don't care about Drag Race, if you don't know any of these girls, I'm gonna walk you through it, because if you like fashion or if you like visual entertainment, if you've ever watched reality TV, you would like Drag Race. If you've ever watched a competition show, you would like Drag Race. If you've ever gone to a museum, you'll like Drag Race. And what's cool about All Stars 9, if you've never watched, is that obviously it's All Stars, so it's winners that have come back. No, it's actually not winners. It's losers who have come back to compete again, most of the time. So these are queens who have gotten plucked, tucked, brand new teeth, face completely lasered off, pumped to hell, pumptina gorgeosity, and they're rich. They have taste, the costumes are good, they know what they're doing, and it's not their first time being on TV, so it's just like a good time just in general. The reason why I want to review these looks is because All Stars 9 is different than other seasons before, because they're playing for charity. And what I found out, which I think is a rumor but sounds pretty true, is that they were enticed by playing for their favorite charities, and they will win money that will then be donated. But to be on the show, because it's so expensive and it usually filming takes about a month of their time, allegedly all of the queens got paid $50,000 to be on the show as, like, you know, their stipend, their payment, and they received $20,000 or $25,000 for their looks, that's why I'm doing this video. Because before, when you're supporting yourself, different thing. And I mean, hey, who's to say I'm not going to do this in the future if you guys like it? But when you get paid any level of money, $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 for looks, one, it's going to make really good TV. Two, the burden is not on you as a competitor. And three, now we actually get to see their taste level and what they actually want to do when they have the time and the money to do it. So that's why promo looks are always gorgeous and fantastic and huge. I mean, not always gorgeous, but they're always well polished for the most part. And this promo looks lit as hell. So we're going to go through it. So this is the promo image. It's Drag Queen Save the World, which, like, can we just let drag queens be drag queens? Like, RuPaul's Drag Race is always trying to do, like, go vote at the polls, go do this, go do this. And I get it. You should vote for sure. But, like, I just want to see drag queens wear gorgeous things, walk down a runway, pump the beat, and maybe get a little shady and fight with each other. I just want reality TV. I don't need to, like, necessarily feel particularly good. So it's cute, it's great, but, like, this is a little corny to me. They're like superheroes, but it's clear that they were all sitting on boxes when they took these photos. So let's just get into the individual looks. Angeria Paris Vanmicheals. Oh my gosh, the Southern Belle herself. She plays that accent so fiercely ever since RuPaul laughed at it like twice. And I mean, for a Southern Belle, for the things that we've seen from her before, this is lit. That hairpiece is wild. I love this color on her. Everybody's got these very interesting backgrounds with all of this flowy, drapey fabric and stuff. And this is working for her. I don't know if it necessarily screams Angeria, but maybe it screams like new Angeria. Maybe this is who she is now. I mean, she's very well known at this point. She's got to be rich at this point. I mean, this is a solid look. I'm enjoying it. Nothing about this is gagging me. I think that the proportions are a little weird because there's the lower skirt and then the mid skirt within the train behind the mid skirt. So it's kind of a dress. It's kind of like a gown, but it's not quite there yet. So, you know, this is good. I would say this is like a 7 to me, which that might make people mad, but here we go. Gottmik. Okay. People have a lot of feelings about her, and I get it. And I've seen plenty of tweets that she's difficult to work with, or she doesn't respect local queens when she goes to their cities. We're not talking about that. We're talking about this fucking banger look. The black and white is very her theme, and she usually paints her face white. And if you've never watched it or you don't know her, she's friends with Paris Hilton. She used to be her makeup artist for a while. She's been the makeup artist of like some celebrities and stuff, but now as a drag queen, I mean, damn bitch. This is taste. This bodysuit is so cool. But what I am freaking out over, and in other photos, her makeup is so lit. Like, we're not really talking about her makeup very much. And her makeup, the intricacy, the like technical ability I'm so into, but it's this hairpiece. It's like kind of a little giving mullet in the back. I usually don't like structural hair pieces, but this is, I mean, brah fucking va. Like, I love it. It fits the background of the like black and white paint splatter watercolor situation works. The one thing I really could read her for, she came with this look and they were like, oh no, you're a superhero and you need like a flowy fabric. And either they threw this on her or edited on after the fact, or she did not have enough, because that black drapey fabric needs to go wall to wall. It needs to go frame to frame, because that's giving a little boo boo baba. But like, look at the center, look at the bodysuit. We're very into that. Also, is it just me or does the floor of this studio look dirty just for this one look? Maybe they put like baby powder on the ground on purpose, but it was just a weird little note. Jorgeous, I mean, this is what I'm talking about when I say that drapey fabric, your cape, your train needs to go wall to wall. And once again, it's clear that this got added after the fact. It goes into the gloves. It's a different color. It goes left to right, but this is amazing. The thing that everybody's talking about, two things with her. I mean, that body, yada, 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 yada. The nude illusion is wild. The nude illusion is where you're not actually naked, but you want the appearance of looking naked. So most of the time it's like a nude illusion bodysuit where it's like pieces cut out and it's like, oh, I'm naked underneath this. What Jorgeous is doing is on a completely different level, because that is a corset around her waist that then looks like skin. And obviously this got retouched, but I saw a photo of this like in real life and it still looks pretty good. And the technology for drag queens is rapidly improving, because this is wild. I mean, she's already serving 4 foot tall body queen realness, and then we've got this. This is not exactly my like. This is really high quality drag. I am not like screaming over it, but it's very impressive. The second thing that people are talking about is her new face. That blush, it looks like she got bopped both sides of her face. Boom, boom, boom. And she looks amazing. I mean, honestly, she looks very different. I love that wig on her. This is, Gottmik to me was like an 8. It was, or a 9. It was so good. I just love the graphicness. Jorgeous, I mean, this is an 8 as well. This is really effective. Her pose and her little pout is perfect. I don't love the blush on her nose, on the tip of her nose. It makes her look a little Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. But I mean, as far as a promo, this is one hell of an entrance. Nina West, the dad of drag, the grandfather of drag. Nina West, okay. If you don't know her, she is so sweet. She is so kind. Her whole brand is like, love is love and drag is kindness. And she made like a children's book, and she does a ton of community outreach and fundraising, and it's all good and great. And I'm very happy for her, and I'm very excited to see her on this season. This look, she's never been known for like serving looks. And I think that legacy is still with us in the room today, because the pose, for one, I don't think is her strongest. Like, clearly, either she threw the fabric out or she was acting like she was going to. I think that her face tilted down creates a lot of shadow, so we lose her neck completely. And as far as the look goes, like, we're seeing rich, gorgeous couture on the last 3. And this is not necessarily giving that. Like, I don't think that bodysuit, or I don't think that leotard actually fits particularly well. And then you have the illusion of the huge like space hips with the marijuana flower, I think, in the middle, but then there's nothing on her legs. And I honestly, the way that this could have really eaten is if there was just this fabric was around her legs, or maybe the blue went all the way to the ground and pooled on the ground. Like, it just feels very bar costume. So I mean, unfortunately, Nina, love is love, drag is kindness, and I'm giving it a 5. I'm so sorry. Okay, Plastique Tiara. At this point, you don't even have to fucking know who she is to get into this. She is, I think, the most followed queen from the franchise because of TikTok, because her TikToks are lit. Plastique, basically, I mean, sure, I'm into men. Sure, I'm gay. But Plastique does something else. As a man, hot. As a woman, hot. If you have ever once for a second questioned any level or interest of your sexuality, go watch her TikToks and see how you feel on both ends of the spectrum. She does a lot of transformation cuts, and let's just say both sides of it are good. She's hitting it from both angles. It's like she's like the hot brother and the hot sister, which almost never happens. This look, so because she's the most followed queen, she's like very rich allegedly, and she really said, oh, y'all want, we went from Nina West bar costume to this. I would feel so bad if I was on this cast and I walked into this promo and I had my 2-hour booking time and I was ready to go and Plastique is walking off the stage right before me. I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. So whether I win or not, whether I do well or not in the show, I've already lost. The headpiece, the dress, Plastique does something really well where there is so much going on, but it doesn't feel chaotic. It feels right. Like the dress is a statement. The flowy fabric that was nowhere near her when they shot. This is so edited in. And then the headpiece are all statements, and yet they're not competing with each other. It just works. Like, just even the scale of this. I can't even imagine what this headpiece would look like in person. It's like, also, her face. I don't think that they have Facetune for outfits, but this looks like somebody like drew it in Procreate. This looks like Facetune. This is a 10 out of 10. For artistry alone, for the level of money alone, she spent her entire $25,000 allowance on this look. I'm telling you. Like, it is something else. Good for her. Body's right. Face is right. It just, damn. I cannot wait to see what she comes pumping down the runway with. Now, Roxxxy Andrews. Okay, we're at Roxxxy Andrews. Now, I did not watch her season of Drag Race. I know it. I know where Alaska talks. I'm well educated. I just didn't happen to sit down and watch every episode. And I love her. I get it. Actually, I don't. I understand her, and sure, I like her. I don't have that much of a emotional attachment, and apparently on her season she turned quite a lot of looks, and just in general, her Rusical was like the most iconic thing that's ever been on that show almost. I watch it all the time on YouTube. Things have come a long way. Like, she really knows what she's doing. She's a very well respected queen. This color on her, fantastic. The background, fantastic. The headpiece, don't get it. The center body of this dress, do not get it. It's like that florally lacy fabric that I feel like you see on every wedding dress on planet Earth. It's just orange. Like, this does not read particularly promo or rich to me. This just reads shiny and big, pretty much. And like, I feel like the looks that I've liked so far kind of are telling a story. There's a cohesiveness. And the wings on top, like the angel, the fireball, the Cheeto, not Flamin' Hot Cheeto, the crunchy Cheeto of this or puffy Cheeto more accurately. It's nice. She looks good. Her face is a little heavy on the eyes. For being a quote unquote look queen that can like make anything and she can sew all this stuff and she does it on her Instagram all the time, I am surprised that this is what she came with. That being said, she does not look bad. This to me, and I might get hate for this, is like a 6. It's a 6. Shannel. Okay. Shannel is like the OG queen. She was pumping down the runway, juggling, serving body back in the day when people barely served body. I think she was in season 1. No, she was in season 2, I'm pretty sure. So seeing her back is like a welcome back. I'm happy for her. This is a great booking. I'm kind of stunned and shocked she's still doing drag and still so prolific. Like, she's doing something right. The baby queens could learn from her as far as staying relevant. This look is wild, but it's good. This is drag. When maybe Gottmik, no, that's drag. When Plastique Tiara is just serving woman fantasy realness, Shannel's on the opposite end, serving gorgeousness, but drag. Like, it's a whole sea urchin, goddess of the sea, Ursula kind of look. It works. There is a cohesive story. All of the pieces work. And once again, like Plastique, there's 3 huge pieces going on that I think work really well together. The headpiece is fantastic. I love the way it frames her face. The hips, a fun little addition. I don't know if it's necessarily needed. And then the like horns teeth of the bottom of the skirt, fantastic. It all works well together. I know exactly what she's serving. The flowy fabric, the back, it's so obvious that they added all this flowy fabric after the fact. I wish they would have just done that with Gottmik, because what they did was was so rude. Love her face. Especially for potentially being a more mature seasoned queen. Her face looks banging. Like she knows how to paint. All of it really screams she knows herself, she knows her proportions, and she knows how to like really pull out a costume. Shannel, this is like a 7. This is near Angeria. It's like a 7+ to me. I don't know if it's necessarily an 8, but this looks fantastic. Now, Vanessa Vanjie. If you haven't watched Drag Race, you've probably seen her meme from years ago where her exit line as she was being sent home was just to say her name, walking backwards on the runway.
Miss Vanjie. Miss Vanjie. Miss Vanjie.
And I love her. Her personality is so cool. Ew, cool. Her personality is so fun. I can't wait to hear all of her talking heads. Very excited for her to be on the show. Her face has completely changed. She's gotten pumptina. She's figured out how to paint. All of her looks on Instagram. Her evolution of drag is like commendable because when she first hit the stage, it was very different than this. This look though, I am not live, laugh, loving for. Mainly because of the face. There was quite a lot of light on her, and she definitely paints, like, this is not drag paint anymore. This is like femme, barely a lick of contour kind of paint. And I think that she could have used a little bit more because she looks a little snake-like. It's a little like, I can't tell that's a human face a little bit. That being said, I'm loving the pose. I'm loving the cape, the like parachute cape. Clearly she had that on set and she was actually touching it. That I'm a fan of. Gold bodysuit chain situation. A little bit of a mess. Her titty plate right here, her little tiny titties is serving Safira Cristal in last season where she had that tiny little breastplate that was just falling all over the place in the first episode. That's what it's giving. They should be bigger. Having one of them pierced, fun addition. The lace up all the way up her leg shoes. Okay, let's get really real about this. I don't know if I've almost ever seen anybody pull these off. I have talked about this with friends before. It is really hard to pull these shoes off because either you don't tie it tight enough and the laces are falling, or you tight it too tight and then you get what's happening here, which is a little bit of like sausage casing on the leg. I don't think that this is the most effective use of this. I feel like she could have added some structure or figured out how to make these shoes work a little differently, especially since she doesn't have to wear it. It's just a promo look. So in general, love Vanjie. She does look rich and good here, but she doesn't look great. And this is like a 6. So that is my review, my uneducated, never done drag before review of these looks. I hope that I have interested anybody in Drag Race. If anything, just watch the first episode and see what happens. You're going to see a lot of rich women wearing a lot of rich clothing, doing stupid challenges and stupid acting challenges and stupid musicals. And it's a fun old time. Drag Race, I think, premieres this Friday, May 17th. It's on Paramount Plus. So I'm going to have to restart my subscription to Paramount Plus because I will be watching. And what's fun about All Stars is none of them go home. It's usually, for this now, it should be non-elimination. So it's fun because you get to see people stick around and they usually do better or just act differently when they're not like on the threat of being sent home with the $25,000 package of clothing that they need to show. So it's a great promo for them. It is a great like boost to a career for sure. And I mean, hey, it's about to be Pride. Go support the gays. Support the gays. And with that, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.